demonstration is going to show how one can use result probes in Simcenter 3D to perform margin calculations on bolted joints. First, let's review the setup of this model. So I have two solid bodies. They're cylindrical bodies that are stacked against one another. They're in contact, and I have them meshed with solid meshes. I've got contact defined between them. I have them bolted together with universal connections, and those produce a bar element mesh as the shank, and then there's also spider elements connecting the bar elements to the solids. And my intent is to run a nonlinear static analysis. It's really just a multi-step analysis. It's linear, where I have a bolt preload defined in my first step on those bar elements, and then I apply a force in the axial direction on one end of the stacked cylinders, and the assembly is fixed on the opposite end on the second cylinder to hold things in place. And what I want to do is evaluate the integrity of these joints in terms of shear on the joint. So I can do that with a result probe as long as I have results that I can extract from that joint. So in this case, you can see my formula is extracting a shear force from these bar elements, and then it's comparing that to a threshold. So we have a margin here where when this expression is less than 0, the threshold is being violated relative to that shear force. So what is that shear force xz? If I take a look at my results, it's actually from the beam resultants output. You can see I've got axial force results, bending results, torsion results, and then I have these shear force components from my Nastran solution. So if I do a plot of that shear force result, I could see shear values being reported relative to those four bar elements. And that's for the first subcase, the preload, and if I go to the next step, I see that for the applied load step. Okay, so then what I want to do is somehow extract that component of the beam resultants into my computation. So how can I do that? I can do that with a result variable. Result variables, actually I have one already defined. It's called shear force xz. It's a type beam resultant, and the component is the xz shear force. There's two different ways to create these new variables. I can do them manually by going into this dialog and creating. I can select a result output file to filter this UI from. So if I do that, then only the results that are in the output file will show here. And so for the case of beam results, I can then pick my component as axial force or bending, torsion, or shear. I can also create this result variable from creating a post view, and then this post view will assist me in terms of populating that UI for creating the result variable. You see, I have no options here. It's already pre-populated for me, and I'll just call this demo shear force and say OK here. So now when I go into my results variable manager, I have a new result variable, and it has the type of component that matches my post view. So let me return to model and maybe turn on my geometry once again for reference. And also, I want to make note of an expression that I use to define my threshold for my shear. So I have an expression here called shear threshold. It is a force. It is in units newtons, and its value of 500. So I can change that if I wanted to change the threshold. But I'm going to use this as part of my margin calculation. And oops, let's see. So I wanted to scroll here and go into this folder and create a new result probe. And so then I'm going to call this demo margin. A result probe basically, requires a formula for you to compute a result relative to elements or nodes in the model. So I can start by typing my the name of my result variable, so demo shear force, and the next step would be to specify after the formula, you specify, well, what load steps or iterations do you want to consider? Do you want the range? Do you want a specific load step? In this case, I'll use all. There's combination options. Do you want to combine across load cases, kind of do enveloping, combine across iterations, and then you get to the selection, averaging. I can say entire model, or I can pick elements. I'll just say entire model here, and it'll know that it'll be all of the bar elements in this model that are going to apply here. You can see that the output, it knows that it's a force that's going to be output, and the units here can be changed to report a different unit. And then I can create a post view. I can generate a field as well from this content. But this isn't the complete expression that I want to use. I want to do something like divide this component by, say, 500. If I say newtons, let's see, do I have that correct? 500 newtons. And then it knows, okay, that's a force, and this is a force. And now all of a sudden my result type has become unitless, and I can change this to a maybe call this threshold or fatigue damage failure index. I can recast this output type, and then I want to make it a margin calculation, so I'm going to do 1 minus this value, and I don't want to worry about the unit on this. If this is positive or negative, I really don't care. So I'm going to use the absolute function. So this value, this ratio is always going to be positive. And then since I've also already defined my threshold as an expression, I can delete this and use my shear threshold as part of the expression, and then go ahead and create my post view after fully defining this result probe. Go ahead and say OK to that, and then I have my new margin calculation that is basically the same as the first one that I created. And that is how one can use result probes to compute margins at bolted joints.